there fellow hungry travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Turku, Finland. And today we're going to talk about what you should expect for breakfast when you come here to Finland, whether you're visiting someone's home, or maybe you're going out to a summer cottage, or you're just staying at your hotel. There's some kind of typical breakfast treats you want to have when you're here. And one thing you need to realize, breakfast in Finland isn't a sweet endeavor. It is more of a savory endeavor. It's much more of a bread and butter place than it is sweet rolls and danishes and pastries. I want to get that one out of the way first. But I think the one thing you got to get out of the way first, the fact that here in Finland, they love coffee. So expect coffee at breakfast. Actually, expect coffee lots of times throughout the day and at the cafes and all kinds of stuff, because it is one of those things. And a thing you probably typically think of breakfast, but actually you might have all day round, is a korvapusti or a cinnamon roll. And yes, I know I said they don't do sweets for breakfast. Well, korvapusti is for all day, but it's a breakfasty kind of thing you can see. It's this fantastic cinnamon roll that they have here that you really have to try, okay? So a coffee and a korvapusti is a must, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, with your friends afterwards, that's a must, okay? But if you want to look at things you're probably going to see at your hotel, your friend's house, we got to start with rye bread. I mean, they love rye bread here, and what you're going to see is you're going to have rye bread with butter. Like just straight up bread and butter, that's a thing here. And we're talking like slather that butter on. They love it. But also you might have cold cuts. Cheese is super popular here. So you have your juustohöllä, your little cheese scraper. You scrape off some cheese, put it on your bread, you're good to go. Now, the cold cuts will be there. Sometimes you'll see salmon, smoked salmon will be there as well. Herring, yes, pickled herring might show up for breakfast too, so you can have that. And it's usually kind of like in a sauce, so it's not just pickled herring, it's like a tastier version of pickled herring. And when you look at the breads, you might look at one piece of bread and go, wow, that looks almost like a cracker. Yes, they have this crisp bread. It's like a cracker bread, really, really thick, like dense cracker bread. Put some butter, shocking, maybe some cucumber and cheese on there. You have that. That also makes a good snack in the afternoons. I used to have that when I'd come home from school back in the day when I used to live here. You have that. Actually, I went to school a few blocks that way when I went to school here. Now, moving away from bread and just something that has a bread coating, I guess, you have what are called karellian pies, and you might think of it as a hand pie, and basically it's a pie and it has a rice porridge inside, okay, and they cook that up. You'll see it at cafes as well, you can have that. But one thing I gotta tell you, when you get the karellian pie, don't forget to put the egg butter on it. They have this thing, it's literally hard-boiled eggs broken up and stirred in with butter, and you put that on top. Oh my gosh, it is so good. It's one of those things you're like, I never thought of mixing those two together, but it's fantastic. But you have that on the karellian pie for breakfast, you're good to go, okay? Now, if you want something a little bit warmer, yes, you'll see eggs, scrambled eggs and hard-boiled eggs, popular as well at the hotels. It's kind of a de facto, easy, warm protein. But also you might see sausages and meatballs, especially at the hotels. They love putting out the little meatballs for people at breakfast time. One thing I will say is if you're going to hotels around Finland, they're very good for vegetarians and vegans, so there will be non-meat options at breakfast as well. And if I think back to my time living here, one of the popular breakfasts I had quite a bit, my host mom Peter would make, and all these things, is actually porridge. Now there's like oatmeal, but then there's porridge. Think like a rye version, like somewhere in a cream of wheat direction, you have that. But I recommend, they don't do a lot of sweet stuff here, but they got some good jams. Put some jam in your porridge. Oh my gosh, that's great for a snowy day like this. You have some porridge to get your day going. You'll feel a lot better heading out into the world, okay? Now, if you're looking at drinks, there's juices, so you can have that. One juice I recommend, if you can get it, is blueberry juice. You don't find it everywhere. Usually I only find it like on Finnair flights, but the blueberry juice here is really good. Blueberry pie, which looks more like a blueberry kind of cake. That's a sweet thing you might see at breakfast. It's really good as well. They also do like fruits as well for breakfast. So there's probably gonna be like a bowl of fruit somewhere if you wanna grab an apple, if you wanna grab some berries, because honestly, the berries here during season are fantastic. And then there's yogurti, yogurt. Look, you'll have yogurt when you're here. No matter where you are, there'll be yogurt, whether it's prepackaged, whether it's a big bowl, whether it's drinking yogurt, all kinds of different yogurt, stuff to put in your yogurt. They love their yogurt here. There's a lot of dairy at breakfast here because milk, yeah, you'll have milk too. Smoothies, you'll have, all kinds of stuff. But yogurt is also another big breakfast thing you're gonna have here. Because honestly, when you're going around Finland, if you're gonna be, maybe you're gonna do some cross-country skiing when you're here, in the winter time, or maybe you're gonna be hiking around the lakes or swimming in the lakes and going on some of these outdoor adventures or just exploring the cities, you're gonna need a fortifying breakfast to enjoy the country, okay? So what are some other tasty breakfast treats that you know about from here in Finland? Let us know in the comments below so other people can be nice and well fed to go enjoy this beautiful country. And I'll say bye from here in Turku.